What do I know about the water filtration system? Well, I really don't know much at all about the water filtration system, other than I know we're very lucky to have clean water running in our homes whenever we want it.
What do I know about water filtration? Not much. It's, I guess there would be filters that the water would pass through, and each one would probably pull out a different thing.
So I shot down to the Longhorn Diner. Her sister works there and she know where to find her. She said, "You did not hear this from me." All I'll say, she drove off with my heart. I'm gonna let her know. Move the girl in that little red rodeo. Texas place, candy apple red rodeo.
I'm here on the north side of the city at the Ann Arbor Water Treatment Plant, which provides water for all of Ann Arbor and Pittsfield Township. Let's go check it out. The Ann Arbor Water Treatment Plant has been serving the people of Ann Arbor since it was erected in the year 1938. The second plant was opened in 1949, and since they operate jointly as a single plant. Mike Culpepper, a supervisor at the plant, walked us through the water treatment process step by step.
What you have here is, in this very first clarifier, you can see that what we do is kind of like what you've got right here. The clear water comes to the top, and then this is called a lime sludge. This is what goes off the bottom. This is what this stuff looks like after you press it up. It's a hard cake of lime sludge. It's high pH, and what we do is we drop this in these big trailers out there, and they haul it out to the farm fields, and then they put it in a spreader. They grind it up basically and go across the land and spread it, and then they disc it in, and it adjusts the pH out on the land so we can land apply this. I'll show you guys real quick. Take this, and this is the way we test it to see how reactive it is. You take this, about 100, and what you do is you take this, and I usually look to see how it. Put it in. Now watch, and you can feel the bottom of it. Just put your hand on the bottom and hold it there for just a second. You feel any warmth? Yeah. It's starting to react. And usually, it'll start breaking apart, and in a little while, you won't even be able to hold this thing on your hand. You can see it bubbling. It's extremely reactive at that point. So what it does, it becomes milky white. We turn it back into a liquid form, or we turn it into a liquid form, and then we add it, and that's what raises our pH. And what this is here is, remember I showed you that lime and how it turned white? Well, this is what we're adding right here. We're adding lime to this water to raise that pH up. You can see a little farther in there, it's white, but basically that's a lot of river water and well water right there just starting to get treated. This is called the rapid mix area. This is where the first chemical application of the plant begins. You'll notice this thing is going around down here. If you look, you can see there's a thing that's turning. If you can imagine, this is about 20 foot deep. There's two big arms that go all the way out to the edges, and they slowly turn around like this. Turn around, and they're kind of beveled, so they're scraping everything toward the middle. The bottom is angled. So it scrapes all these particles toward the middle. When it scrapes them toward the middle, there's a sump hole down there that we suck those off, send it over to the thickener, and that's how we make those lime cakes. We process that out. Now the cleaner water comes to the top and goes through what we call launderers. They come out here, they're collected around in this circle right here, and the water comes this way now. Water comes out of here, goes right down through here. So it goes through here, there's holes in the wall, almost like clear water in between. You can see little bitty tiny particles. It's hard to see right now, but in the summertime you can really see it real good. And then that settles out just like it did over there, only there's going to be a lot less particles. Now it comes across the weir on the outside. The clear water comes across the weir and flows over there out this trough over to a pipe that goes to our disinfection building. You can't even see it at any other time. It bubbles CO2 up through here. CO2 brings that 11.6 pH down to around 10. If you look right there, you'll see water flowing out of that pipe. That's well water. We're using well water. It's a lot cheaper to use well water and mix it in here to stop that reaction and bring the pH down than to use a bunch of chemical. So this is called split treatment. When you run like this, it's called split treatment, because we're putting part of the well in at the beginning and we're splitting part of it to bring it out here to bring the pH down. There, it turns O2 into O3. So you can see all those blue electrodes. Well, they're stretched out the length of this, and that gas is flowing through that very small area between the stainless steel and that probe itself. If you were in here at night, you could see like a blue glow all around it, and that's the electrical corona, where it's going through there and it's changing things over. So this is sucking off the top of these contactors. It's sucking the gas that didn't get used up as it bubbles through and bubbles out the top. It's sucking that off and it's coming up here. There's a big fan right here that's pulling it this way. It pulls it through this catalytic converter, through this destruct unit. That destruct unit, for lack of a better way of putting it, metabolizes it, burns it up, destroys it, and then it exhausts it out to the atmosphere. So basically, the water comes in from the ozone building, comes right here. It's a big T right here. It goes in and it goes down to both of these, to all these filters. But the water basically comes in, goes out, and then it goes down through this activated carbon, and there's an under drain that takes the water out of there after it's filtered down. And what this filter does, you notice down there, you see a lot of white right there. Well, that's leftover little pieces of lime flock that haven't settled out there, so it settles out there.
So your finished project, pH of
9.3.
and hardness of?
Hardness anywhere from 120 to 160. Let's see, ozone, we destroy it. Waste products, we try to recycle the sludge that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
The only other waste product that I can think of is, and I wish I'd have showed you guys this because I've been working on this, but I ain't found anybody to take this. When we dissolve that lime, remember I put that lime in the water and dissolved it?
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain amount of rock and a little bit of lime left over that will not dissolve.
We asked Mr. Culpepper for his outlook on the industry amidst the inevitable water crisis.
Are you talking as far as will we have a good supply, or
Right.
do you think that this would be a good industry to go into? Because I could say for both of them, I think this would be a good industry to go into, and not just from a water treatment point of view or an operator or whatever, but I mean, we need bright people such as yourselves, that can figure out a lot of these problems that we're starting to see. Industry, this country has did nothing, and the world has did nothing but grow in population and in, using up the land resources and the water resources. So, I mean, you're going to add, X amount of people over the years. Think about it, now we have, over 7 billion people. If people are 75% water, how many bags of water is that walking around, basically? And so if you increase that there's only X amount of water in the world. A lot of times I tell the kids, the same amount of water that's here right now was here when the dinosaurs were here. We're not creating any new water. Right. It's just getting changed from one form to another. Okay. So definitely, there's going to be a big impact as the population rises, mm-hmm. as the resources start to go down. Water is one of the main resources that's going to go down, and we're going to have to learn to use it more efficiently, just like the fuel issues that we're facing right now. You know, we're gonna have to learn to, you know, to use that more efficiently and use stuff that's greener, so.
Right.
I mean, I can't speak real well because I've never worked for a privatization company, but still my opinion is nobody's gonna take care of your water system like you are. You know, if you're strictly into it for the money and not as a soul or as a feeling of ownership and a sense of responsibility, then if you're only focusing on money, you may not be focusing on the long term. And I think long term, nobody's going to take care of our water system like we do. The people that, you know, that work here, live here, want to make a future here. You know, I'm in it for the long haul, and I hope that anybody that comes through the door that gets settled in here and really likes it here is in it for the long haul, because we've got to have this place from here on down the road. Like I said, I'd be proud if either one of my children decided to come to work here, you know, in whatever capacity.